Hello, that's pretty creepy, huh? I am Eduardo Talbert with monstertutorials.com. In today's tutorial, we're going to make a mask like this. It looks like a skin face. I'm not sure if it's going to be identical to this or make a different one, but the techniques are going to be the same. And they're super easy to follow, and you only need like 3 different materials. Liquid latex, some toilet paper or paper towels, and paint. That's about it. Oh, a little thread if you want to make stitches like this. So super easy. Stay tuned, and we're going to do that next. Okay, here are the materials you're going to need for the mask. We're just going to do a very simple mask. There's going to be no sculpting. We're just going to lay a few layers of latex and toilet paper, and then we're going to paint it. So on a further tutorial, we'll make some sculpting and give it some shapes, maybe some horns or hair or something like that. But for this one, it's just a simple, kind of like a peel-off type mask. So you're going to need a head form, right? So I have this foam head that I ordered, some liquid latex, and then some paints. Okay, so that's pretty much everything you're going to need. Now, word of caution here. For that one, I used this form, and it turned out to be tiny. Okay, so I ordered this guy, which is bigger, and it's still way smaller than my head, and I have a tiny head. So keep in mind that these are going to be smaller. It won't fit an adult. They fit my kids perfectly, and the kids love it. They run around with those creepy masks, scaring all the neighbors and their friends. So for a bust, for a prop, and for kids, it'll fit. If not, you're going to have to get a bigger head form. Now, if you want to do it this size, I have a link on the bottom that takes you to the list of materials where you can get this same head for like $3 to $5, and you can get liquid latex for like $10, which is pretty good for 16 ounces. So let's get started. Okay, on this mask, as you can see, I just went halfway to the back of the head because I wanted to look just like somebody's face was peeled off. For this one, I'm going to go maybe all the way over here because my son wants to wear it, and he'll probably wear it and then put a wig over it or something. So on this one, we're going to go with the latex around the back, and then the whole face and all the way down the neck, so we can tuck it in his shirt, and it looks like it has a neck similar to this, so you can tuck it in under the shirt. Okay, we need a small container like this for the liquid latex, and no worries, once this dries out, you just peel it right off, and this will be just like new. The other thing you're going to need is a disposable brush like this one. So all we're going to do is section by section. We're going to start blotting the latex on the area that you want the mask on. So let's start here at the forehead and make a block about the size of a square of toilet paper. That's what we're going to do. Now we're just going to push it in until it becomes soaked with the latex. Now, I'm not going to do a whole lot of sculpting on this one, but as you can see, the nose is kind of flat right there. So I might do extra soaked toilet paper in those areas to build up maybe a little bit on the eyebrows and the nose. Make sure your toilet paper overlaps each other. That's what makes the layers really strong. Okay, I'm not going to bore you by making you watch me do this over and over again. So I'm going to continue doing this all around the head, like we said before. And then what I'll do is I'll stop, slow down, and explain how I do the eyebrows and the nose when we get there. For now, I'm just going to cover everything with a single layer of toilet paper and latex. Okay, this first coat is totally dry. It's just a little tacky, but it's dry. Let's build up the eyebrows and the nose. First step, I'm just going to get some latex on the eyebrow area where we are going to build up that area, this whole ridge, we're going to build up. So just put some latex in there. Then we're going to take some of the toilet paper. I'm going to roll it up something like this. I'm going to take the edges off so we can feather them onto the face and it doesn't leave a very distinct edge. Just going to lay it on top and just give it the shape that I want. Build up that. And then we're just going to coat the outside of the eyebrows with more latex and seal it in so that the whole roll of toilet paper, that little roll of paper, is sealed in. Once you have something like that, the way to blend it in is to then take some more toilet paper and just bridge the two pieces. So take this at the very edge, then make a little bridge all the way up top and blend it in. Okay, for the nose, I'm just going to put this right here, right where I need it, and build it to the size and shape that I want. And we blend it in just like we did with the eyebrows. After you have the nose the shape that you want, we're going to cover it with a sheet or two to smooth it in so you don't have these edges right here. See a little bit better profile there. Okay, I covered the eyes and the mouth a little bit, it's not huge. I'm going to do one more layer or two of toilet paper and latex, like all over. Okay, here is the second layer. We're going to do one more and then we'll start painting this. Okay, I have like 3 layers now on this guy. That means 3 layers of toilet paper, which means about 4 layers of liquid latex. So now I'm going to do the painting. I am dying to peel this off, but I'm going to wait till I paint it and then we'll peel it off at the last minute. Besides, at the end we're going to put another layer of liquid latex over our paint job. For this guy, what I did was that I left it on the head form and then painted like the makeup or whatever, the eyebrows and all that, and I kind of made lines where I wanted those cuts. And only after I was done with the whole paint job and coating it again in liquid latex as a stain or as a protective coating, I didn't peel it off. So we'll do that at the end. So I'm going to start painting this guy. I'm going to use like a white gray kind of dead color, similar to like a Voldemort type skin tone. I'm going to use a tiny little bit of black, some brown, and a lot of white, because this is the base coat. And the best way I found out to put this on here is with your hands. So put some gloves on or get your hands dirty, but just mix it up like you, in the tone that you want. A little touch of black with that nasty gray tone, and start just rubbing it on your on your mask. That way you can get into all the deep areas. So I'm going to put this on one coat, mixing the brown and the white and rubbing it all the way in. Okay, this is all nice and dry, so I'm going to paint the eyes. I'm just going to make some big black circles here, and then the mouth, which will be kind of like a straight line across. So watch what I'm going to do with this, and like I said, you can decorate it whichever way you want. It looks funny, but that's how we're going to paint the eyes. Now I'm going to draw the mouth. Now I'm just going to feather out a little bit of the black so it becomes kind of gray and fades into the face. The same with the mouth and the nose. I'm going to do the same around the mouth and around the nostrils. Okay, we're done painting this. What I did is I painted the eyes and the mouth black and the nose, and then I used gray around the area and kind of smoothed it out so it went from black to gray to white. And that's all I did, nothing fancy. Now I'm going to take a Sharpie and draw some cracks just for good measure. You can, like I said, you can design it whichever way you want. I'm going to put some cracks around the eyes and mouth, just tiny ones, and then we're going to go to the next step. See that? Now I'm going to do the same in the mouth. Okay, that was pretty easy and it makes the face look really impressive. All it is a Sharpie and some cracks. You could do cracks on the forehead or different areas. I'm just going to leave it right there. Okay, the last step before we peel the mask off is to put another layer of liquid latex all over the mask. Once you put it on, it'll look like you have ruined all your finish, but it hasn't. This will dry clear with a little bit of a yellowish tint. This will also reinforce the mask, so instead of 4 layers of latex, there'll be 5, and in addition, it'll put a protective coating over your whole paint job. Okay, I'm done covering this with liquid latex. Now we're going to let it dry, and then we go to the fun part, which is peeling it off. Okay, this is dry now, this latex, but it's really sticky. So I'm going to put some baby powder all over it, so it's not so sticky. Otherwise, if it sticks to itself, you end up with a very big ball of latex after all this work that you put into this mask. So I borrowed this from my wife's makeup bag. I don't think she knows, but I'll return it. I'm going to take some baby powder, just like that, and just powder the whole mask thoroughly. You can always wipe some of it off later, but just make sure that it doesn't end up all sticky. Okay, now the fun part, and it's scary too because you might rip it, but we're peeling this off right now. And for that, all we're going to do is start in a corner like this, right? And we're going to do the same thing we did with the front and this. Powder every little bit that you peel off. You see how that got stuck to that? That's why you have to use that talcum powder. It looks like I might have to make a small cut across the back just to make sure that it folds over. Here we go. Now let's see what we got. The mask took a little piece of my nose. There is the mask. So now I'm just going to wipe it a little bit and retouch the eyes so they're dark again, the mouth and the nostrils. And the last step is I'm going to cut some eye holes so that my son can see, and then a small slit on the mouth so he can speak, and nostrils so he can breathe. Okay, so I peeled the mask off of the form, and I took the scissors and I cut the eye holes, a couple nostrils, and the mouth. So I'm going to go downstairs and put this on my kids, and I'm going to show you what they look like. I think it turned out pretty cool, but let's see the final result downstairs. Okay, we're outside my house now, and I'm going to show you what the mask turned out to with both masks. So these are my kids. Come here. There you go. That's the latex mask we just made today, and this is the one we made last week, all in a few hours. Now let's go back to the studio and I'll tell you more about it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I really enjoyed it. That was really cool, and working with the kids was awesome. We did a couple of cool things. I was impressed on how it turned out. Didn't think it was going to turn out that cool, but if you think that mask right here, or this one, are cool projects that you can do yourself, and you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe up there. That way the next tutorial comes out, you're notified. Now, one more thing I wanted to tell you is that I have a Snapchat account for monster tutorials, and we do all kinds of shenanigans. So if you like this, then make sure to snap this code coming up, which I'll pause for a second, so you can follow us there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. I am Eduardo Talbert with monstertutorials.com. See ya.